It is 2 a.m. The parking lot is empty. The streetlight above you just flickered and died. You hear footsteps behind you that don't sound like they belong to someone just walking home. In that moment, your phone is useless. Your keys are clumsy. Your voice might fail you, but the knife clipped to your pocket that speaks the universal language of survival. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we aren't talking about collecting. We aren't talking about display cases. We're talking about survival. We have tested over 30 blades in the field. We've cut through soaked rope, pierced through denim, and frozen these knives overnight to see which locks fail and which locks hold. We verified every single one of these picks is available on Amazon right now. These are the 10 best self-defense knives you can legally carry in the United States in 2026. Let's get to it. Number 10. Kershaw Clash Black Serrated Pocketknife. If your bank account is telling you no, but your survival instinct is screaming yes, meet the Kershaw Clash. Kicking off our list at number 10, this is the knife that proves you don't need to spend a paycheck to get professional-grade protection. In fact, this blade often sells for under $30, making it accessible to students, night shift workers, and anyone who want a reliable tool without breaking the bank. But don't let the price tag fool you for a single second. This knife is a sleeper hit in the self-defense community for one specific reason that matters above all others in a crisis: the assisted opening. You don't flick this knife open, you breathe on it, and it flies to attention with an authoritative snap that tells you it means business. We're talking about a 3-inch blade made from HRT MOV stainless steel. Now, that's a steel chemistry that sharpens up nicely on any stone and holds its edge through the kind of abuse you'd expect in a desperate situation where sharpening is the last thing on your mind. Why the serrated edge? Because in a real fight, you aren't just cutting air or opening cardboard boxes. You're cutting through thick winter jackets, through seatbelt webbing, through denim, through whatever stands between you and survival. A straight edge can slide off heavy material. A serrated edge bites, catches, and rips through with mechanical advantage that could save those precious seconds. The handle is textured glass-filled nylon, giving you grip even if your hands are sweating from adrenaline or wet from rain. At this weight, it disappears in your pocket, clipped deep, and riding unnoticed until called upon. Number 9. Good Worker EDC Folding Pocket Knife. This knife features a 3-inch serrated 440C stainless steel blade. That's great steel, hard, corrosion-resistant, and it holds an edge through repeated use without constant maintenance. But that's not why it's on this list. Look at the butt of the handle. See that tungsten protrusion? That is a glass breaker, and it's not a gimmick. If your car goes into a lake, if you roll your vehicle on a dark rural road, and you're hanging upside down by your seatbelt, the electronics in your car are dead. Water shorts everything. You cannot roll down the window. You need to punch out, and you need to do it now. A standard knife can't do that. The tip will just bend or snap against tempered glass. This tungsten tip punches through auto glass like it's butter, shattering it on the first impact. And that notch in the blade? Look closely. That's an integrated seatbelt cutter with a protected hook design. You hook the webbing, you pull with a smooth motion, and you are free, cutting through that strap before the water rises another inch. In a self-defense situation, you aren't just fighting people. You're fighting environments, accidents, and emergencies that happen in the blink of an eye. The aluminum handle locks up tight with a liner lock that inspires confidence, and the whole package weighs just over 4 ounces. It's lightweight enough for comfortable daily carry. It's legal in most jurisdictions with that sub-3-inch blade, and it could save your life before you ever even need to defend yourself from an attacker. This is the knife for the commuter, the road tripper, the person who spends hours behind the wheel. Number 9 is about surviving the unexpected. Number 8. Snake Eye Tactical Folding Pocket Knife. This is the Snake Eye Tactical with the hawkbill blade. Look at that curve. Study it for a moment. This isn't a straight blade like you see on most pocket knives. It hooks inward, curving like a claw, like the talon of a bird of prey. In martial arts and edged weapon training, we teach that the most effective defensive cuts are often pulling cuts, not push cuts. Think about it. A straight blade requires you to push through material, which requires space and leverage you might not have in a clinch. A hawkbill blade? You just hook and pull. It catches flesh, it catches clothing, and it does not let go until the cut is finished. It's almost effortless. The blade runs 3.85 inches, made from stainless steel that resists the elements, and it locks into an aluminum handle that is lightweight, but rigid enough to withstand serious torque. This knife folds down to a very compact profile, and the belt clip allows for deep carry. That means it sits inside your waistband, not on top of it, hidden from view. Nobody knows it's there. In a defensive encounter, that element of surprise can be everything. The downside? And this is important. The hawkbill takes practice. If you have never used one, you need to train with it. It handles differently than a drop point or a tanto. The cutting dynamics are unique. But once you master the draw cut, once you understand how that curve works with your body mechanics, you have a specialized tool that most attackers have never faced and won't know how to counter. For deep concealment and brutal, efficient cutting power, the Snake Eye Tactical slides confidently into the number 8 spot. Number 7. CRKT Minimalist Bowie Fixed Blade Knife. This is the CRKT Minimalist Bowie, and I want you to look at the size. It's tiny. It's almost cute, like a pocket charm. But in the world of self-defense, cute gets you killed. Reliable keeps you alive. Let me explain why this little knife is so dangerous in the right hands. This is a full tang fixed blade. That means the steel runs from the tip all the way through the handle, solid, one piece, no joints, no weak points. There is no lock to fail. There is no spring to break over time. There is no deployment step where you fumble with a thumb stud. You reach, you grab, you stab, you slash. It's ready before you are, literally 0 seconds to deploy. In a chaotic, high adrenaline struggle where fine motor skills vanish, that simplicity is priceless. The Bowie style blade gives you a nice clip point for control and detail work, and the full tang construction means you can actually use this for light prying without snapping the tip off, something you cannot do with most folding knives. The sheath is where this gets really interesting. It's versatile. You can put on your belt horizontally or vertically, or you can wear it around your neck on a breakaway chain. That is the ultimate deep concealment. Under a t-shirt, under a hoodie, nobody knows it's there, but your hand knows exactly where to go. For larger-handed users, this grip might feel a little small during extended use. But for a backup weapon, for a get-off-me tool when someone is in your personal space, the CRKT Minimalist is the undisputed gold standard of always have it. It never leaves your body, and that constant presence is what self-defense is all about. Number 7 is small but mighty. Number 6. MTech USA Xtreme MX 8054. If you have ever watched a movie and seen a knife go through a car door, through drywall, or through a barrier, it was probably a tanto blade. The tanto tip is famous for its strength. It is essentially a chisel ground to a point with a reinforced tip geometry that simply does not flex. It punches through hard materials with authority. The MX 8054 features a black stainless steel tanto blade with a spring-assisted open mechanism. We're talking about sub-second deployment. The thumb stud catches, the spring takes over, and the blade locks into place with an audible snap that tells everyone around you that you mean business. The G10 handle is a tactical staple for a reason. G10 is a fiberglass composite laminate that feels like sandpaper when it's dry and like industrial glue when it's wet. You will not lose your grip on this knife, period. Sweat, rain, blood, doesn't matter. It stays in your hand. The serrations near the handle give you options for cutting cordage, rope, or fibrous material, while the straight edge near the tip gives you precision for more controlled cuts. This knife looks aggressive. It feels aggressive. And that visual deterrent, that matters more than people think. An attacker seeing you deploy a tactical tanto with that blade geometry might think twice about continuing their approach. It's heavy, it's rugged, and it's built for hard use in the toughest environments. If you want a knife that looks like it belongs in a Spec Ops gear locker and performs like it too, the MTech MX 8054 delivers on every front. Number 5. Smith & Wesson SW H.R.T. H.R.T. This is the Smith & Wesson H.R.T. double-edged boot knife. Look at that blade. Study it. It is 4.7 inches of 7cr 17 MOV stainless steel, and it is sharpened on both sides. Why does that matter so much in a defensive scenario? In a struggle, fine motor skills disappear. Your hands shake, your grip changes, your coordination plummets. You might not have time to orient the edge correctly to check which way the sharp side is facing. With a double edge, it doesn't matter how you grab it. One of those edges is facing the right way, ready to work. This is a dedicated fighting knife, pure and simple. It doesn't have a can opener or a bottle opener. It has one job. The rubberized handle gives you grip even when wet with sweat or water, and the integrated handguard protects your fingers from sliding onto the blade during a committed thrust, which is a real danger with double-edged knives. This comes with a boot sheath or a belt sheath, making it ideal for backup carry or as a primary for those who understand the blade. If you're in law enforcement, if you work security, or if you simply want a knife specifically for fighting rather than utility, this is the tool for you. It doesn't cut apples for lunch, it cuts threats. The double edge is a statement of intent, a signal that this tool is for defense, not for daily chores. Check your local laws carefully, because double-edged knives face restrictions in some jurisdictions. But if you get the green light, the Smith & Wesson H.R.T. is a fearsome, purpose-built piece of defensive engineering at number 5. Number 4. Benchmade Claymore Automatic Knife. Number 4 is the Benchmade Claymore. Benchmade is a name that needs no introduction in American knife making. It's a heritage brand known for quality that borders on obsession. The Claymore is their answer to the modern tactical carry market, and it's a home run. This is an automatic knife. You press a button, just press it, no flicking, no wrist snap, and the blade deploys with enough force to lock into place with an audible thwack that resonates through your hand. It is fast. It is reliable. It is made in the USA by skilled craftsmen. The blade steel is CPM D2. This is a powdered metallurgy tool steel that is known for taking a screaming sharp edge and holding it through extensive cutting sessions that would dull lesser steels. It resists wear better than almost any other steel in its class, meaning you sharpen it less and trust it more. The handle features ambidextrous controls and a safety mechanism that prevents firing in your pocket, because nobody wants that surprise. The ergonomics are sculpted by computer and refined by human hands to fit the natural grip, reducing fatigue if you need to use it for extended periods. This is the knife you buy when you want the best of the best, when you refuse to compromise. It's not cheap, but when you press that button and feel that solid, authoritative lockup, you understand immediately where your money went and why it was worth it. For rapid deployment that beats anything manual and American craftsmanship you can trust, the Benchmade Claymore is a top-tier choice that earns its spot at number 4. Number 3. Cold Steel SRK 6-inch SK 5 fixed blade, the bronze medal. The number 3 spot goes to a knife that literally trains Navy SEALs to survive. This is the Cold Steel SRK, survival rescue knife. If you're looking for a fixed blade that can handle the apocalypse and still look ready for duty the next morning, this is it. The SRK features a 6-inch blade made from SK 5 high-carbon steel. This steel is tough. I mean really tough. It is designed to bend and flex under extreme stress rather than snap like brittle glass. In survival situations, that flexibility is life. The clip point blade gives you a controllable tip for detail work when you need to carve or make fine cuts. But the real magic of this knife, the secret sauce, is the handle. It's made of Cray-X. This material is practically indestructible. It resists chemicals. It resists extreme temperatures from freezing cold to desert heat. And here is the kicker. When it gets wet, it gets grippier, not slippier. Water activates the texture. That is critical when your hands are shaking, when it's raining, when you're in a stream. The full tang runs through the entire knife, giving you a solid foundation for prying and heavy work. The Secure-X sheath holds it tight, but allows for a fast, smooth draw when seconds count. I have battened this knife through oak thicker than my arm. I have used it to pry open metal crates. I have abused it in ways that would make most knife owners cry. It asks for forgiveness later. It never asks permission. It just works. If you need one knife to do everything, cut, chop, pry, defend, survive, the Cold Steel SRK is the standard bearer, battle-tested by the toughest warriors on Earth. That's why it's number 3. Number 2. Benchmade Bailout Folding Knife. At number 2, we have a knife that redefines what carryable means in the modern world. This is the Benchmade Bailout. I want you to guess the weight. Go on, take a moment. It's 2.4 ounces. Let that sink in. That's less than a billiard ball. It's less than a deck of cards. It's lighter than your phone. You will put this knife in your pocket and genuinely forget it's there until the exact moment you need it. No bulk, no annoying weight dragging down your shorts, nothing. But don't let the featherlight weight fool you for a second. This thing is a beast dressed in a ballerina's costume. The blade is CPM M4 steel. That's a high-speed tool steel that holds an edge longer than almost anything else on this list, period. We're talking about edge retention that laughs at cardboard, rope, and everyday cutting tasks. It's coated in Serrated, a ceramic-based finish, to prevent rust and corrosion, because M4 is not stainless and needs that protection. The handle is aluminum with aggressive texturing that locks into your palm, and it features a glass breaker on the end. If you're trapped in a car, if you're in a collapsing building, you can punch out a window instantly. The blade is a partially serrated tanto, giving you the strength to pierce hard materials and the serrations to cut through webbing and straps efficiently. The axis lock is Benchmade's signature innovation, smooth as glass, ambidextrous, and rock solid in lockup. This knife is for the person who wants to carry a knife every single day, without the bulk, without the excuses. It's a featherweight champion with a heavyweight punch, ready to bail you out of trouble. That's why it's called the Bailout, and that's why it's number 2. Number 1. K-Bar Fighting Knife, full-size fixed blade. And finally, we arrive at number 1. The knife that has been saving American lives since 1942. The K-Bar fighting knife. There is no debate. There is no argument. There is no modern super steel that can erase the legacy of this blade. This is the knife that United States Marines carried across the blood-soaked beaches of the Pacific. This is the knife that soldiers trusted in the relentless jungles of Vietnam. And it is still being made today in the USA exactly the same way because you don't improve on perfection. You don't tweak a masterpiece. The 7-inch 1095 carbon steel blade is the perfect length for balance. It's long enough to reach vital organs in a defensive encounter, but short enough to be controllable and maneuverable in tight spaces. The stacked leather washer handle is not just nostalgic. It is profoundly functional. Leather absorbs shock from impact, reducing fatigue in your hand. It provides grip when wet, better than many synthetics. And it conforms to your hand the more you use it, creating a custom fit over years of service. The guard protects your fingers, and the steel but cap can be used as a hammer in a survival situation. In our testing, we did things to this knife that should be illegal. We battened it through the hardest knotty woods we could find, and the edge barely blinked. We scraped it against concrete, against rocks, and it kept cutting. We froze it, we heated it, we abused it. It laughed. This knife is not a tool. It is a heritage.